everyone. My name is Keesha Charles with Charles Community Counseling Center. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and this is Keesha's Corner. So it's been a while. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, kind of just decompressing, trying to woosah. so, but I really wanted to talk today just about self-esteem as it relates to race and culture. I've had some interesting conversations the last probably month or so with individuals from my own culture, African American culture, Indian, Caucasian, and whatnot. And I've come to realize probably over the last couple of years that everybody has their own insecurities. I know I've had mine. And just to give you a little background, I grew up in the deep, deep South, like corner of the boot, Louisiana South. So it was always this thing growing up about light skin and dark skin, hair texture, weight. So you always heard the chatter about it. So those images, the conversations that it was had back then when I was a child, it stuck with me. And so the self-esteem issues was there, for being too dark or hair too nappy, even being too skinny. I hated being skinny. So it's like we're never satisfied with where we're at. And I used to try to gain weight. I used to hide. I was always comfortable being behind the scenes, would work my butt off, but comfortable being behind the scenes because didn't think I was pretty enough to be in the front, in the spotlight, because of the images you hear or that's said to you. And don't get me wrong, you'll hear something like you're pretty, but you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. Or I remember some knucklehead in junior high, couldn't even tell you who it was right now. Might be a friend on Facebook right now, who knows? But doing a fan test with the girls to see whose hair can move, because if your hair didn't move, you got bad hair. And that was that thing, bad hair versus good hair. And my grandmother was a beautician. So, we were there getting that hot comb in your hair to straighten your hair because it wasn't good for your hair to be nappy. And then years later, you hear about tanning salons. You have Caucasian females going to get darker. Then there's bleaching creams in the stores to lighten your skin if you're too dark. People like myself, junior high, high school, and even part of college, trying to gain weight and couldn't gain weight for nothing. And my grandmother used to warn me, keep trying to gain weight, it's going to catch up with you. And it caught up. But I just realized that none of us are really comfortable, because we're trying to meet something that's not, either attainable, or you got to get sick to reach that goal, or we're trying to reach the American standard of what beauty is. I was talking to a friend, colleague of mine who's from India, and it was just like we were meeting for dinner, and she's giving me a rundown to excuse her appearance, because we hadn't seen each other in a few months. And it was the weight and the hair and this, and I'm like, girl, I don't care what you look like, just come on out. But just the insecurities, because everybody else is so concerned with how you look, and we're all made in God's image, but I've come to the conclusion that I'm wanting to be healthy, whatever that looks like. It wasn't until I moved away from Louisiana and started seeing other things out there where people were, admiring and praising the dark-skinned woman, admiring, the nappy hair, and now I'm quick to tell somebody I'm the one with the good hair because my hair goes where I tell it to go and it stay there, But I went through the hair transformations to stop putting chemicals in my hair, to go natural, and just being happy with what God made me, And so being comfortable in my own skin, no matter what that is. So I'm not that American standard, I don't do the makeup and the lashes and stuff, I did cut my dreadlocks off and went really, really short. Now you see I got braids in my hair, but that's more for protective style. So I can grow my hair out and be free, So, we go through these changes, but I encourage you to be happy with whatever God made you, whether you light skin, dark skin, black, white, green, purple, brown. Hopefully you're not purple, but you know what I mean. um, whether you're overweight, working on being healthy, but not size zero, because unfortunately, for most individuals, for a lot of individuals, that's not healthy either. We have individuals with eating disorders trying to meet this standard that society say we should be. You have individuals who are harming themselves because they're not meeting this standard. I'm like, who set the standard? That's what I want to know. Who set that standard? Where you got to be blonde hair, blue eyes, and a size zero to be beautiful. I was watching this documentary just a few days ago about Marilyn Monroe, and she was that standard back then, the sex symbol or whatever you want to call it. And she's a beautiful woman, but she wasn't happy either. And you watched her go through the transformations because she wasn't originally blonde, you know? So we watch individuals go through these transformations trying to meet this standard, and we're hurting ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And if anything, our goal should be to love ourselves no matter how God made you, whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you are a size zero or you in some double digits or close to triple digits, hopefully not there, but whatever God made you, I'm hoping that you are learning to be comfortable in your skin, in your size, and you are working on being physically, mentally, and spiritually healthy. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a lot of some individuals' mental health issues or concerns are related to insecurities, things that people from your past embedded in you. Because remember, I told you trauma is hereditary. And one of the things that we've talked about, and you can read about, dates many years back, where they was pitting people against each other based on how they look. you know I don't know who set the standard on who determining what beauty is, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So somebody out there loves you for you, but I want to see you love you for you. And I went through this journey learning to love myself for the way God made me, and it didn't matter what other people said, positive or negative. I had to get to the point where I was comfortable in my skin, with my hair, with my size, whether I was, uh, you know, size 2 or size 4, which I wasn't happy yet, or the size I'm not. I ain't sharing it. The size I am now, whatever. So no matter what, I had to learn to be comfortable. And I'm still a work in progress. But I just encourage you, seek additional assistance if you need that extra work to help you get to that point where you are comfortable with who you are, and knowing that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. All right. You take care, and stay tuned for my garden updates, because are you ready for growth? All right. Bye.